can imagine. So you've pretty much been on a cross-Canadian tour with this film over the last few weeks, last couple of months. You're going to be heading up to Yukon very soon, and but so far, what has the reactions been to the film?
The reaction's really good. You know, it's a hard film to sell. You know, and you get the wrestling fans, I guess, can come out to the movie, and you know, it's not like an exploitation movie. And the reviews, we're getting a lot of press, which is really great. We're getting a lot of press. You know, it's getting attention I think the movie kind of deserves. You know, hopefully it'll be, you know, the step up to bigger and better things. I mean, I'm really proud of the movie. You know, I think everyone did a really great job. It was a real great time of my life. You know, when you release a movie, Sam Peckinpah always said that when you release a movie, it's kind of like a death. It's like someone you know who dies a little bit because now you have to let go. It's not your movie anymore. It's everyone else's movie. And yeah, a lot of people are really nice to me after the screenings and come up to me and say, you know, they really like it. You know, there's some people I'm sure it's not their cup of tea. You know, like, you know, wrestling. You know, wrestling. The people kind of look down their nose at wrestling sometimes, and I think that's got to change. And you know, because wrestling's a goddamn art form, and people have got to start respecting that. And I think you know, there's more and more younger, more open-minded people out there. I think, you know, when I go to wrestling shows, I notice a lot more younger people there, and that excites me. It makes me think that, you know, wrestling's not going anywhere, and that maybe, you know, people, snobs don't have to look down their nose at it anymore because, you know, I don't know. I hope, you know, wrestling's given us so much with this movie, you know, all the inspiration, and you know, I'm a big I have a lot of admiration for the sport.
Oh, we've definitely seen a lot of wrestlers make that jump now to the acting field. Right. So, you know, you definitely make a good point by making that comparison. And you know, what's looking ahead now? I did mention the Yukon screening that will be happening very soon. What's the future plans for the film? Will there eventually be a worldwide release date, or at least some sort of wide release? And otherwise, will it just be a DVD release? What are you looking at right now?
We have a screening in Los Angeles at the Ricardo Montalban Cinema at the end of this month. We are also at this weekend in Philadelphia. We're also this weekend in Toledo, I think. Wow. It's, you know, sort of trickling out the festival circuit. You know, it's really hard to get your film released wide. I mean, you're up against the Jim Carrey movies, the Jack Black movies, and you know, it takes, I read somewhere online now, it takes an average of $79 million to fully produce a movie and release it. That much money you're spending. So it's impossible to get that wide release now. So we're hoping for the festival circuit. I am hoping for the Latin American release. I think it could go over very well, and you know, continue the festival circuit, and you know, hopefully within a year have a wide, you know, national release on home video. Well, Blu-ray, DVD, and the whole works.
Blu-ray renting out the recent format war, and another project you've been working on is the documentary. You mentioned it. I saw a little trailer for it before the film today, and I always look forward to wrestling documentaries about wrestlers, and why don't you tell us a little bit about what we could expect from this documentary?
I like wrestling documentaries too, and I tried to watch as many as I could because I kind of wanted this to be nothing like anything people had seen before. I'm really happy about this film. I had a certain admiration for wrestling that changed while making it because I started appreciating wrestling as an art form, and that's what the documentary does. It's sort of this love letter to the art form of wrestling and sort of the athleticism too, but mostly about Vampiro's life and what it is like to be a professional wrestler and tour the world by yourself. And I think people have this conception that wrestlers show up at an arena in a limousine and are driven home at night. And we would go to the biggest arena in Mexico City, 36,000 people, and we'd walk home. You know, and it was scary to try to find a cab, and we mobbed. Really happy with the documentary. I hope people really like it. I really think it's like nothing you've seen before. You go backstage with these guys, you know, and it's in the ring, really intense wrestling scenes, and a really intense life story from a man who grew up on the streets of Montreal eating out of the garbage, who went to Los Angeles and worked for Mickey Rourke and became a bouncer for Milli Vanilli. Wow. So here he is working for Milli Vanilli for the entire career and living the biggest lie in the music industry. And Milli Vanilli, they think, you know, music is fake. They think that million is fake, and here's this whole juxtaposition of wrestling being perceived as fake too, and it just sort of how it all comes together. If wrestling's fake, then music is fake, and I don't know. I hope wrestling fans love it. I love making it.
Yeah, documentaries have always been something that's, widely accepted amongst the wrestling fans. Everyone likes to check that out. I mean, even we see the WWEs, the big companies, the TNAs, their documentaries are always the biggest selling DVDs. It always makes them a ton of money. Mm-hmm. So it should definitely be something that wrestling fans will be looking forward to. Is there some sort of release date that you're looking at?
Yeah, we're trying hard not to have someone like Vince McMahon or someone buy the film. We want to release it as a movie and not as a wrestling documentary. Okay. Because I think it would probably disappear or be recut. And it's not those kind of movies at all. It's not this glamorous movie about a glamorous lifestyle of a wrestler. This movie is about really big social issues. It's a tearjerker too. It's a tearjerker, and life. Vampiro's career as a wrestler was a very successful one. He became the best-known Mexican wrestler there was for a decade. And today, it's hard. It's hard, and the movie addresses a lot of that stuff. It's a pretty emotional roller coaster ride, this movie, and I'd hate for a wrestling company to turn it into like a promo reel. It's got to be. It's a real it's a standalone movie, and Vince McMahon, stay away from it.
Well, it definitely sounds like something very unique that not only will we be keeping an eye on here in the Entertainment and Sports Entertainment Report, but definitely recommend all the fans to be keeping an eye out for. And the 3 websites you can check out: www.odessafilmworks.com, vampiromovie.com, or thedeadsleepeasy.com for any more information on that. And Lee, any final thoughts today?
Well, final thoughts. Don't let the man get you down. People, I see people who talk so down their nose. We talked about it. People talk down their nose about wrestling, and it's like they're the closed-minded ones, man. They're the guys who can't try to see what people appreciate so much about wrestling. My wife and I went to a wrestling event last week, and she sat beside me and said, "I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it." And I'm going to try hard. I'm going to take her next month to see it again. It's time that people, it's like the people look at wrestling like it's porno or something, It's not that at all. It's an art form, and God damn it, start appreciating it like it is one.
Absolutely. Well, Lee, we thank you very much for joining us here on the main event today, and best of luck with the film in the months to come.
I appreciate it. Thanks for your support. Thank you.